When a team makes a questionable decision in the NBA draft, fans and analysts alike often shake their heads. But when that decision is compounded by a series of missteps, it becomes a lingering issue that can haunt a franchise for years. That's exactly what has happened with the Denver Nuggets and Zeke Nnaji. The story of his selection and subsequent extension serves as a cautionary tale about how one draft pick, especially when mishandled, can ripple through an organization's future. In the 2020 NBA Draft, the Nuggets used the 22nd overall pick to select Zeke Nnaji, a forward out of Arizona. At the time, many viewed him as a solid developmental prospect with potential. However, just a few picks later, players like Immanuel Quickley, Peyton Pritchard, Jaden McDaniels, and Desmond Bane were all selected. These players have since gone on to make significant impacts in the league, which only amplifies the scrutiny surrounding Denver's choice. While the draft is notoriously unpredictable beyond the lottery selections, this particular outcome feels especially tough to swallow. And here's where it gets tricky. Could hindsight bias be clouding our judgment? Or was this truly a missed opportunity? Let's break down what those other players have achieved. Quickley became a cornerstone piece, traded for OG Anunoby, and is now thriving as Toronto's starting point guard. Meanwhile, Pritchard played a pivotal role in Boston's 2024 championship run and followed it up with a Sixth Man of the Year performance. Over in Minnesota, McDaniels has blossomed into one of the premier perimeter defenders in the NBA, anchoring a young core that has reached back-to-back Western Conference Finals. As for Bane, he's proven himself as one of the most reliable non-all-star talents in the league, fetching 4 first-round picks in a blockbuster trade. Imagine if the Nuggets had drafted any of these players instead of Nnaji. Their recent trajectory might look drastically different and likely much brighter. But wait, there's more. It's one thing to whiff on a late first-round pick. It's another entirely to double down on the mistake. This is where things get controversial. Before Nnaji's rookie contract even expired, the Nuggets handed him a 4-year, $32 million extension. On paper, the move seemed optimistic but defensible, a calculated risk based on flashes of promise. However, hindsight reveals it as a glaring miscalculation. Calvin Booth, Denver's president of basketball operations, believed he was locking in value before the market shifted. Unfortunately, the opposite occurred. Instead of blossoming into a key contributor, Nnaji has struggled to carve out a meaningful role, leaving his contract looking wildly overpriced. Fast forward to today, and Nnaji finds himself buried at the end of the bench, saddled with what many consider an untradeable deal. For a team trying to build a championship-caliber roster, this creates a massive headache. Every dollar counts against the salary cap, and every roster spot matters. Yet here's Nnaji, occupying both without contributing significantly. Denver faces 2 unappealing options. They can either pay to unload the contract, a costly endeavor, or let it expire naturally in 2028 while continuing to lose flexibility along the way. Despite this setback, credit must be given where it's due. The Nuggets have managed to navigate a strong offseason otherwise. They've added veteran pieces and addressed other areas of need. But no matter how well they've done elsewhere, the shadow of Nnaji's contract looms large. Until they find a way to offload it onto another struggling team, or simply endure the long wait until it expires, they'll remain weighed down by this self-inflicted burden. So, what lessons can we draw from this situation? Is it fair to criticize front offices for taking chances on young talent, even when those bets don't pan out? Or should teams play it safer, avoiding extensions unless absolutely certain of a player's upside? And perhaps most importantly, do you think the Nuggets will recover from this blunder anytime soon? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear whether you agree or disagree.